What's going on, y'all? Nick here, coming to you with another video. So, you guys, this dude over here, Ashton Hall, has been going viral. And I was debating if I wanted to cover this, but this dude is getting so much um, recognition for showing his morning routine. All right, so let's just get right into it. Um, let's check this out, y'all. So it starts off at 3:55 a.m. Okay. And you know what's so crazy about this is like to think that there's dudes out there that rather than really starting their day, they gotta set up the camera and actually record themselves doing all of it. This is crazy, but let's keep going, y'all. Yo, it was like 4:11, and it became 4:13 just to get out the door. It took 2 minutes to walk out the door. What the hell's going on here?
Preaching about the arrival of Christ.
Okay, so he takes a cold plunge. It's interesting. I've heard the cold plunge. Apparently, what it does is that it tightens up the pores. You know what I'm saying? Make you look a lot more youthful. Things of that. So I mean, it's I'm kind of skeptical on like the validity of that. But I mean, hey, I mean, to each their own. I just seen a whole bunch of people online. They really just roasting this guy for always taking a cold plunge. It's crazy. But even going back to the morning devotion, um, again, I feel like it just defeats the purpose, right? Like, cause like the Bible talks about, whatever you do in secret, may the Most High reward you openly. So like the whole idea of documenting every aspect of your day, especially when it comes to, your morning devotion and, him journaling certain things. And it's just like, I don't want to be too spiritual about it, but, is that well received at that point? You know what I'm saying? Or did you already receive your reward? After all, I mean, this dude is, on this video alone, he got 3,867,000 likes. I mean, this is just insane. But let's keep going, y'all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Going up. Going up.
Three, two, one.
Did you guys see that? I think it was like 7:36 when he proceeds to jump in the air, and by the time he lands, it's 7:40. It took 4 minutes for this dude to land. Oh man, you can't make this shit up, man.
It's good to meet you, man.
Much love, Ashton.
Respect it.
That's crazy.
Cheers, man.
Thank
Much
you,
love.
bro.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You've made your first 10,000. Congratulations. We got to do at least 20, bro.
Gotta do at least 20. This is crazy, y'all. Who the world of fitness influencing is, I think it's starting to get out of hand. You know what I mean? I mean, at one point in time, I'm still very much into fitness, but at one point in time, I felt like it was full of people actually trying to motivate one another. Really give some good tips on how to better yourself. And although I do still believe that that's the case to an extent, um, this right here is nothing more, at least for me, than a marketing ploy to get people to buy probably some private program, um, so that they can make their real money. It's kind of crazy. And, I've seen people like the Hodge twins, who used to be fitness influencers as well, just totally roast this dude, Ashton Hall, because this is just a whole lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's showing you pack up his bag, go into the shower, as you guys can see right here in this clip. It just, the man's physique is clearly one that it is impressive. I'm not gonna take nothing away from him. Um, is he natural? I don't know. I don't know. I've heard theories out there that damn near almost all these dudes are on some type of PEDs, performance enhancement drugs. But it's really hard to say. I will say this, and let me see if I could go to it right here. But you could, if I go to some of his other, you can see right here. And let me see if I could zoom it in. Um, can you guys see that? You can see that dude is sitting at 15 million followers, y'all. 15 million. And so, I'm not gonna hate on this dude. Like, if this is the way that this dude is making his bread, who am I to say anything? And furthermore, I will say this. I think I saw this post right here. And let me see if I can show you guys. He's claiming 2019, apparently he was like a construction worker of some sort, and now 2025, 6 years later, I guess you could call him a businessman, an entrepreneur, fitness influencer. Um, and you can see here, right? Let me see. It says you can do anything you want in this life. Don't let them tell you any different. And if people are there to watch something like this for the sake of the motivation, that's cool. But I think in terms of just like pure fitness, excuse me, in terms of just pure fitness, it is definitely gone away from what it used to be. And I have this one video. Let me show you guys this because I thought this was hilarious. Check this brother out because this sums up what I think this whole influencer world is all about nowadays. Check this young brother out.
When I was younger, I was born without both parents.
Wow.
How? At the back of a small toilet during a business.
You can't be born without parents.
I'm so sorry to me.
Explain that.
I
to me.
crawled out of that toilet.
Ooh.
No parents.
Oh my God.
No money.
How would you have money
Wow.
if you were just born?
Homeless.
Oh my God.
Ready to give up. But then I heard the man on stage say something that changed my life. He said, just because you were born with nothing doesn't mean you can't become rich.
Wow! You could be lying, but you're successful, so no one's gonna check.
Why are you clapping? Everything you said sounds
That
like
very moment, I
bullshit.
got up, got into my car, drove off to go buy some microphones, started my podcast.
How old was you
By
when
the
you
end of the
did
week,
this?
I had 400,000 concurrent daily listeners.
Your story doesn't add up.
And I was making 3 million a month.
That's the most incredible thing I've ever
Brother,
heard in
your
my life.
backstory sounds like bullshit.
Because sometimes a message can suddenly...
Brother, nothing you said makes any sense. I'm asking you to explain.
It doesn't have to make sense to you. You're poor.
What does my
you
money
wouldn't
have to do
understand
with
what it
any of
means to
this?
become rich.
Don't question him.
When I was younger, I was born.
And this dude, you can see him like sweating profusely, and why am I showing this? I'm showing this, yeah. Am I joking? Yeah, it's all in jest, but that's essentially what it is, right? Like these dudes, they could pretty much sell you on anything, if they make it convincing enough. Obviously that young boy was, being quite dramatic, with the sweating profusely and, but I think there's some truth in it, right? What was he saying? He was like, it doesn't gotta make sense to you, right? You poor. So in other words, this is why you need them, right? Because you don't got the results that they got, right? He got the 15 million followers, right? He got the body that majority of these people are looking for. He got the money that these people are looking for, the lifestyle, right? So in other words, if you don't understand it, yeah, you could clown him all day, but that's not stopping this man from growing his platform. And I think that's the bigger thing here, right? I think a lot of times people are they taking this life a little bit too seriously, and I think these dudes are cashing in on it. He probably knows that it's a joke, like the whole, jumping up in the air and landing after 4 minutes. I mean, I don't think he takes himself seriously, and that's why he's successful. That's why he's successful. Again, he got the results. If you care to know what he's done, hey, you probably gonna have to purchase some type of program of his so that you can know the deeper inner workings of, what he truly does. But the morning routine, this is all a gimmick, and everybody that is, clowning him or you doing a parody off of his skit, all you're doing is giving this man even more clout, and that's what I'm saying. This dude, that's why he got the 15 million followers that he does. And I personally, I'm not hating on the dude. As a black man, if you could be successful, hey, kudos to you, all the more to you, and I don't even think the things that he's saying is like, from my understanding, it's not like he's saying that these are things that you must do, right? I don't see that in the comments of his videos. He's just showing you his morning routine, and we at the end of the day, we're the ones watching it. I just wanted to show that because, again, a lot of times people I want you to think about this. Like, you're wasting a lot of energy trying to clown the man, but what are you doing? What are you doing to actually elevate yourself? You get what I'm saying? Um, Routines do help, though. Yes, I think it was a joke, but routines do help. A lot of disciplined people, they have a routine. They're not just winging it in life. They actually are very structured, very disciplined people. And, I even go back to the journaling. A lot of times you'll hear people, I've watched many videos of, like, very successful entrepreneurs, and they tell you, like, it's extremely important for you to write your goals down. Even in the Bible, I think it's the book of Habakkuk, but it talks about, write the visions, right, and make it plain. So I mean, there's a bunch of concepts out there that talks about, writing down your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, actually writing it down, and it's apparently there's a lot of proof showing that it actually helps individuals become successful. But again, it's up to you whether or not you wish to apply these things in your life. But when people become successful, it's not a fluke. It's not a fluke. You don't wake up out of bed just looking at this. Even if you did take the drugs, you just don't wake up out of bed looking a certain type of way. I mean, it's all a testament to some level of hard work that he has put in over the years. I could even look at this one clip. You can see right here, he was 220. And wow, this is a crazy transformation because, I mean, you look at it, 220. And let me see if I could move my my face out the way. But you can see in that one scene to the left, he's 220 pounds. This is only 2 pound difference, but you can see how drastically different he looks. And that's the reason why, again, I'm not too sure if it's because of the PEDs. I don't necessarily want to accuse him of that, but there's definitely a lot of body recomp that's taking place. There's definitely a lot of body recomp. But yeah, I mean, the guy has put in the work, yeah. He put in the work. But anyway, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think about this video? If you did like, if this was entertaining in any shape, fashion, or form, please like, subscribe, comment down below, do all that YouTube stuff. And with that being said, Nick over and out. The message sent. Jesus is King, y'all.